in the future directions, I think we already discussed, and then we want to encourage and enable informal exchange and cross-disciplinary collaboration, and we'll have a question here later on. Then strengthen educational partnerships, promoting diversity and adapt to new skills needs. I think this, Sharon, is really how we can get good insights or good good I would say statements to create a better framework. So then we move 22 to 30 to 40, and then we can really get more interest from women into logistics and probably also technology and all that. So then I I, I encourage my daughters on that, but I need to get better statements and all that. So also, yeah, then also more linked to the how we can at the end. I think it was mentioned before, to really go deeper into research and innovation projects on these competencies. So I think we have two or three questions on top. So then let's see if we can go through all these three. And otherwise, for me, if you all can stay for a bit more time into this workshop, we can extend. No problem for me. I don't know if for you as well, Cristina, you can stay. Then we can extend. But let's try to then move into this question. So then uh, actually, one of the points that we want to enable is enable informal exchange and cross-disciplinary collaboration. We think this can be done through our meetings, and we were wondering how to support this in practice. And I think there are two ideas. First one, it's the one mentors. So then probably we could try to find out if our more senior women in Alice would like to uh, volunteer to mentor younger, and I think that that could be a very good idea. So then that we could put in place. Also, this idea from Andrea, try to have on in our face-to-face meetings also opportunity for women to meet other women. I think that could be a two concrete actions that we could easily put in place and see what we are getting into. But then maybe also open to other ideas so you may have. So
Perhaps, Fernando, in next webinar, perhaps it will be a possibility to have some women that want to share different challenges, and also to have in this webinar some mentors or senior people to give their opinion in around that. Perhaps this could be this network meeting point that we was discussing in the first question.
mhm.
Also, of course, the other things that we have been talking about, logistics in Munich, if we can meet there, and also in-person event also are helpful. But perhaps in those webinars, we can make this mix of telling best practice, challenge that women has, and have senior people that can help or give their opinion or add their comments somehow.
Yeah, that's possible. I'm not sure mm, individuals will like to share their challenges in an open workshop, but at least we can try to first collect these challenges and try to see if we can map or match these challenges with mentors. I think that's something that we can do, and if for me it's very good if and that's what we want to motivate, that there is this type of discussion and exchange. So then the framework is of course, open, and the association is open to support that.
For example, the one topic that we have discussed before about bias in technology could be a challenge. It's not necessarily needs to be a personal challenge that one
Okay.
have. That of course, if somebody wants to share and the other can help, of course, why not? But perhaps there are a general challenge that we can discuss openly and see how we can help.
Yeah. Also, for me, would be also in this question how we can be more effective in Alice, because at the end we ask for who would like to share best practice. We didn't get an answer. We um, um, we are not that many today, so then yeah, what we can do more effectively to run this. Maybe it's trying to, I think, getting people more into these face-to-face meetings or additional activities can create the um, yeah, a more push from the membership. That I don't know if you have ideas or suggestions.
I completely agree that need to be things that are effective. It's not just by having activities; it's just to add value to the companies and the associated. No, I
Yeah,
think this key.
for me, it's yeah, we need as an association we need it's not that we build a program you are buying, it's that we need you to create that program. So that's where I think we need your help and support. That maybe I think I take these 2 points of mentoring and having these opportunities in the face-to-face meetings, plus the and this collection of challenges, and then maybe we can move to the next one. It's really linked also to some comments before, is that we have a very strong research and innovation community, and then we have companies, and here it could be an opportunity to promote within academic and support academic institutions to promote careers in logistics for women in particular. So this could be, yeah, we can put in the paper, but probably this will not be enough to get this done in practice. So probably we can also collect if this is something that it's done, so then we can identify the best practices, or if there are practices around this. So then I don't know if we have chairs that are to incentivize women in logistics, or women in research and innovation in logistics, or other topics. So then we can further investigate. And the question would be if you find other actions that we could take in this regards. So then to incentivize this type of activities. So I move back to the Slido. Ah, hold on. Yeah, yeah, I see here. Would a Slack channel or a WhatsApp group be useful? Okay, maybe.
I'm only thinking because you were talking about informal exchanges and to keep the conversation going between sessions and stuff like that. Sometimes, I don't know, I'm so old, I remember bulletin boards. Um, and sometimes that does build a community, you know? But
Mhm.
when you move to the next slide, so which is more important, The problem is, for instance, I always try to get a female intern every year in our little company. So we're looking for a woman with an automotive engineering background to work on a research project with us. There are 3 universities that offer automotive engineering within 100 kilometers of our office. There is not a single woman who is studying automotive engineering. Now, this I'm sure doesn't surprise any of you guys, but when you're talking about educational partnerships, I swear to you, we need to talk to people in secondary school, not in universities, because they have to choose something at university that will lead them into a different field. I couldn't believe it. This is the first year we can't even find one person, right?
Yeah,
It was
it's
better 3 years
incredible.
ago than it is now.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's incredible just because the people when needs to decide how to study or what to study at the university, more and more women are not selecting STEMs careers. So
Exactly. So how do
You,
we encourage them to do that? That's the
you,
question.
you gave me a very good idea. Actually, I think what something that we can promote is that in research and innovation projects and some dissemination communication is directed to secondary schools. So then, really, to aim to have some actions in which you can present what is the outcome or the project about, not at university but in secondary schools, and that could have could be an activity that can be funded by research and innovation projects that could have an impact in. And the example, it's crazy what you are telling, Sharon. In our case in Alice, we are much more. I need to admit that at the beginning I was looking for women because of gender balance when we were recruiting. Now we don't have to do that. It's basically our team. It's quite diverse, and it's naturally happening to us. So then we can bring women, and we don't need to look for that in particular. It's coming. So then that we are very lucky. But then when I hear what you said, it's for me, hold on. It's and then I think that's also linked to probably the last question, but maybe I want to go back to the presentation. So, or if there are any other ideas, because I think we are getting here some good ideas. So then, if somebody else have others, no. Then for me, actually, it's also, I think this is a very good action that we can try to promote in research and innovation projects, trying to address the secondary schools. And are there other initiatives or other activities that we can promote? Because at the end, Alice baseline is research and innovation projects, and there are some activities. So then, also linked to this topic, how we can promote activities or actions within the projects that are connected to the activity of this group. Which type of activities, and yeah, that would be a way to get resources to move on with what we are aiming at.
at the end, this initiative of giving visibility in secondary schools, I think, is a medium-term initiative to get results. No, in order to let youngest people know that logistic is not move boxes, it's a strategy, it's an interesting sector to work in, and to decide move forward to work in. No, and
Mhm.
I think this could be a super good initiative. But regarding what Sharon said, that she is not able to find only as a single person, I think that we need to be careful with the fine line, the thin line of pushing women to decide to go to STEM. Women can decide to study whatever they want, no? And this is a super thin line that we need to maintain, no? But I think it's a super good initiative to give visibility in secondary schools.
Yeah, in general, assuming that as a matter of fact, preference is the reason of having this reality. I think it's probably not the case in this concrete example of Saron. I cannot believe in the whole region. Uh, yeah, I think that it's something to look into. Okay. Then I think we are almost to the end. I only had one question, but it was more for getting your impact, and I think it's not worth asking it now. And probably it was more to what extent you can include inclusivity and diversity in capability, so then we can share this later on to the whole community and try to see if we can get examples on this, so then we can take it offline.